Hey, it's Tom and welcome to another video. Today I'll be refurbishing my new diagnostics laptop. For those of you who are subscribed to my channel, you would know that a couple of months ago I did a video about my diagnostics PC, a Dell Optiplex. The link for that will be somewhere up here. But for my needs, a laptop will suit a little bit better since I could actually take it with me out and about and have all my diagnostics tools and software with me at the same time. So the laptop I have is this. Now this is an ex-business laptop and it's the HP Elitebook 2560p. I managed to pick this laptop up for around £15 in a local car boot sale. The laptop itself is actually in reasonable quality, but the reason it was so cheap is because there's no storage device. The hard drive has been removed. But I'm told that the actual battery and the actual laptop works very well. The one thing it doesn't come with is a charger, which is no biggie because I've got one of those universal adapters, which for now will do more than enough. So this is what the laptop looks like. As you can see, it's in a very good condition, this actually, and it's got a i5. I'm not exactly sure which one. All I know it's an i5, and yeah, it's a nice looking laptop. It's in very good condition. The thing that I'm not so sure about on this one is the touchpad. It's extremely small, so when you sort of use it, I'm not sure if it even has gestures, but if you use it, you're going to be hitting the buttons quite a lot on the side of the case, which once again is no biggie because you could use a external mouse if needs be, which I'm sure there won't be. Right, in terms of upgrades, I'm going to upgrade the RAM to 8 gigs because 4 gigs is just not enough for some of the software, and I'm going to use a 120 gig Samsung Evo 850 SSD which I had lying around. 120 gig for diagnostics laptop is more than enough. What I'm going to most likely do is I'm going to put Windows on here and preload that with all my software that I would need, and I'm going to use a USB drive for my diagnostics boot kit. Now my diagnostics boot kit, which I have here, I'm not going to use this USB drive because it's just way too big. I'm going to use one of those little ultra small tiny USB drives, and it's just going to stick out from behind here. And what I'm going to have on this USB drive is my toolkit. So I must admit, this is the first time I'm turning this laptop on. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I absolutely adore the upgradability of this laptop. You literally just unhook the two sliders and then you slide the back panel off. Now I gotta admit, the seller wasn't lying. I decided to spray some compressed air just to see if there's any dust inside there, and there wasn't, which is amazing. Now I was hoping to change the thermal compound inside. I haven't even had a chance to check whether it's the little strips you get or whether it's thermal paste, because I seem to have run out, but we'll see if it's overheating. If it's overheating, I'll order some more, because at the moment I'm not going to be needing some for the next couple of weeks anyway. But yeah, I've got my Windows 10 boot disk here, and I'm going to see if I can install Windows 10 on it. It does have a Windows 7 license that comes with it, which I don't even know which one it's for. Let me just double check. Thank God, it's for Windows 7 Pro. So I'm going to see what happens if I install Windows 10 on here. So the USB ports on this laptop, there's two at the back. I don't think there's any more. You got a SATA port, you got a, I'm not even sure what that is. It looks to be just like a flap thing. So you got a SATA port, you got a display port, you got an SD card, you got a little empty thing there, and you've got your telephone line as well as your standard Ethernet, and you got your CD drive, which is just a DVD-ROM. Now I was considering to put one of those adapters inside here, like I did in this video, but unfortunately 120 gigs is more than enough. There won't be anything saved on here, and everything will be kept on my server in terms of storage. In terms of hard drive backups, that type of stuff, I will be using a portable hard drive for that. So yeah, let's start installing Windows 10. Now I must admit, this is the first time I'm turning this laptop on, so hopefully it won't go bang on me. And of course I'm using a charger which isn't original. It's one of those weird universal chargers which you can take this off. So let's have a look. Well, it powers on, that's a good thing. Alright, so HP, press S. So for me, HP have a mixed opinion. Yes, I know that they used to be horrible products, but I really love my new laptop, I must admit. And I remember there's loads of issues, like the way the cases were built and that type of stuff that I had in the past with them, and it's just difficult access and that type of stuff. But this is amazing. Anyway, that's a separate story. It's a story for another day. So let's see if it's taken a RAM to begin with. The keyboard works. That's a good thing, by the way. So now I want boot menu. Boot device option is F9. I should know this. So USB hard drive 1. This is where it's probably going to state that it's not compatible, but nope, it is. I should have better opinions about this sort of stuff. But anyway, regardless, while that's loading, unfortunately, the USB drive I was going to use for the diagnostics boot USB, which by the way is just a USB packed with other boot discs, such as the all-in-one system boot disc, and the link for all of those will be in the description, and everything that I use for convenience. But unfortunately, the one I was going to use has decided that it doesn't want to be a USB drive anymore, so that one is going to be destroyed. And I do happen to have a slightly larger alternative. This is actually a little bit better because this is a 64 gig. The one I was going to use in here is only a 32 gig, but it's, in terms of size, there isn't that much of a difference, and it won't be smashed out through travel and that type of stuff. Now I was thinking of actually just putting it on a separate partition, but I'm not going to do that. I just have more storage for Windows if needs be. So I'm not going to show you the installation part because I've got another video on installing Windows, which is somewhere up here right now. Okay, so Windows has now installed. Now, as you can see, I've installed some of my programs that I would be using. I haven't set it to like best performance mode or anything like that, but it seems pretty snappy if I'm honest with you. Let's have a look. See what happens if I open basic tasks like the File Explorer, Office, let's have a look. So it does appear there was a little bit of lag there, but it seems to be working pretty well, so I don't see any issues. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to download User Benchmark. Yeah, so I'm now going to download User Benchmark. Now, for this test, I'm going to disable User Benchmark so that it gets a better result. So, I'm going to start by setting it up so you see how I run it. And then when it actually asks me to start the benchmark, I will stop recording. So yeah, I'm going to test all of these. So now I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, so the benchmark has now completed. And the first thing I'm seeing is that it's a gaming tree trunk, which is expected. It's not as good as a workstation anymore. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of that is due to the age of the processor, and it's just an older machine. I believe this is a 2008 model, so it is very old. So it's not including the HDD. I'm not sure what that means exactly. Let me know if you know in the comments. There were quite a lot of background CPU, unfortunately. There's some apps that I couldn't disable, and that's with it running, so it's not exactly fair from that regard. So it's performing below expectations, but that's because of the background tasks I just couldn't disable. And yeah, the processor is sort of below average as well. Graphics is way low. I don't know what this even has. The boot drive is good. That's the Samsung SSD. It's got the latest version of Windows. It's got good memory. It's got very high CPU background, but other than the camera software which is running now, there isn't that much running. Although I could have disabled this, I suppose, and that, but I didn't. There you go. So specifications wise, it's an i5 2410M. It's got Intel HD 3000 mobile graphics. It's got an 850 Evo, and it's got 8 gigs of RAM. Yeah. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you didn't like this video, double click the thumbs down.